The creature we've been tracking is calling the ship.
Hello, this is the Unprofessional Space Pirate. Is this the alien that broke onto my ship 29 videos ago?
It is.
Great, I'm on a broken spaceship and I'm running out of hardware for it. I was hoping I could purchase some supplies from you.
The creature wants to purchase some supplies from us. What do I do? My superiors are telling me we can send you some supplies.
That's great. What do you need in return?
Absolutely nothing, and there's no reason to be suspicious of that.
Okay, I trust you. Thanks. Hey, space friend. I've got to wait on some hardware to be delivered before I can fix anything else on this ship, and the aliens who broke into the ship are the only ones that I knew to call. That'll probably be fine. I figured in the meantime we would work on some software upgrades as well, so today we're going to do a Python tutorial. We'll go over the basics of how Python works, and then in future Python tutorials, we'll make some simple projects to get more practice with these concepts more in depth. First, you're going to need the software to write your code. Python can be downloaded directly from the Python website, or it can also be run through command prompt, or you can use an IDE. My favorite is PyCharm from JetBrains. They have a paid version and a free community edition. Different IDEs are good for various types of projects. For what we're doing, I'm just going to be using PyCharm. First, let's talk variables. The most commonly used variables are integers, floats, booleans, and strings. Integers are whole numbers, floats are decimal numbers, booleans are true or false, and strings are words, sentences, things like that. You declare a variable like this. Everything after the hash symbol is called a comment. This code doesn't get executed by the Python interpreter, it's just there for humans to read. Python is a case-sensitive language, so for Boolean values, it's important to only capitalize the first letter of the word. Otherwise, Python doesn't understand what we're trying to declare. If we want to print any of these variables, we just use the print function like this. You don't put quotation marks around the variable you're printing, or the interpreter will think that you're trying to print a string, not the information that's stored inside the variable. Python executes code line by line, so if I decide my favorite moon is actually Ganymede, that's what would print when we call this print function below. Input is another common function like print. It takes input from the user. So if we write input Doctor Who, this question will print out to the terminal. We can also store this input in a variable like this. Whatever the user types in response to this question will be stored in the variable. We can use the stored input to do different things like printing. We can write print hello plus name, and when we execute this, it'll first ask us Doctor Who, and we can write just the doctor. Then the program will say, hello, just the doctor. We added a space after the input string so that there's a space between the call and response in the terminal. Otherwise, our input would be pressed up against this question mark and we'd look like fools. Sometimes we might need to change the type of variable. In this program, we're calculating a user's age based on their birth year subtracted from the current year. If we run this as is, we're going to get an error. This red text is indicating that we're trying to subtract a string from an integer. That's because whatever we enter for this input statement is going to be considered a string, and you can't subtract a string from a number. We can fix that by converting the string to an integer though, like this. Now when we run the code, we don't get this type error. You can do this with other variable types like strings and floats as well. Type is a function we can use to see what type of variable something is. If we run this before converting the string to an integer, you can see that it's a string. Once we change it, the type now says it's an integer. For a multi-line string, you can use single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes. You can use brackets to get the index of a string. Since Python indexing starts at 0, this will print the first letter of the string. A -1 will print the last character of the string. This prints the characters at index 0 up to but not including 3. Index 0 is M, index 1 is Y, and index 2 is the space. This prints starting at index 0 and everything after it. Or you can start at the index somewhere in the middle of the string and print everything after it. Putting the colon first prints everything up to the designated index, in this case the first 5 characters. Using just the colon will print everything in the string. This is a good way to copy one variable to another. There are multiple ways to format strings. You can call variables between strings separated by commas, or concatenate with the plus sign, or start the print argument with an F and insert a Python expression between the curly braces. This method prints the name in uppercase. There's also a built-in function called format that can be used with print. Arithmetic operators perform mathematical operations on integers or floating point numbers. Here are some common arithmetic operators and examples of how you'd use them. The assignment operator is an equal sign and is used to assign values to variables. Compound assignment operators are used to reassign a value while simultaneously performing arithmetic operations. Comparison operators compare two variables. The result is a Boolean, or true or false. Logical operators are things like and, or, and not. They're used to evaluate multiple conditions and return a Boolean value. So that's a basic beginner level overview of Python programming language. In upcoming videos, we'll put those basics into actual practice with some simple projects. For now, I'm going to go write a program that tracks all the issues I've created for myself, with the addition that I'm probably now indebted to aliens.